I didn't just splatter paint, I was my paint.
Hello, my name is Monkey and welcome to this video. So, this is a video about how to gain inspiration for your artwork or gain inspiration to do art. I did also ask around in my Discord server. I got a few people responding and giving me some advice, so I'm gonna include them in this video. Many of these things that I will list right now are things that work for me when I am in lack of inspiration. So I just wanted you guys to know that I tend to do most of these things to find some type of inspiration to draw. The thing that usually gives me the most inspiration and the thing that usually works for me like 9 out of 10 times is looking at other people's art. It could be on sites like Pixiv, Deviant, Tumblr, Pinterest, Instagram, etc. Here's a comment from Acapultico. I have no idea how to pronounce your name, by the way, so I'm so sorry if I butchered it, but they said that for me, looking at art is telling myself I want to do that, and also all the story ideas I have. So what they're saying is what they do is watch a lot of art, and that's something that I do too. I spend hours upon hours just looking at other people's art to gain inspiration and be like, oh, I want to do that thing, you know? So I really relate to their comment. For story ideas, like I also draw things out of like my webcomic and my characters from my comics and stuff like that. If you have one of those, it's great. And if you have like an OC and with us like OCs with stories and stuff, those can really help you out with inspiration. Maybe come up with a scene that you want to draw. Maybe actually draw a webcomic. Many people also gain inspiration from watching TV shows, movies, and read books. It's usually like when you become a fan of something, you want to do fan art and stuff like that, where I see it could help you a lot. I do think that is a big part of inspiration for many artists. Also, fan art helps you get traction, especially from more popular shows like My Hero Academia, Bungo Stray Dogs, and you know. Another popular thing that people do is watch YouTube videos and tutorials. Here's a comment from the Prime Fire on my Discord server. Myself, I guess, I just do stuff. There is nothing that I really can say inspire me. Maybe watching videos, I'm pretty just popping out things. So they do recommend watching videos. I also recommend it because I tend to do that a lot. But you know, try, see what works for you. I can link some nice channels down below that I usually watch to gain inspiration to draw. So there you go. I do also think that speed paints are really important to watch. Or for me at least. Like I used to hate speed paints, I didn't see the point in them. But I started watching them and learning from them, like finding artists that I really enjoyed their art, and even though they're not using the same program or whatever, you can still learn something from it. So I do recommend watching speed paints because they can really give you a lot of inspiration. Then we have this super sweet comment by Southpaw Ace, which is really cute. I'm gonna read it right now. I mostly create art for others. There's nothing better for me than to make someone's day. Better with something I've created. Kind of spends for me a little bit of effort can go a long way, and that people will always remember how you made them feel. And I do agree with that. So what they're recommending is taking requests or commissions, and that could be actually a good way to get inspiration. I think they're mostly focusing on requests with that comment. I'm not 100% sure. Taking requests might be really good. If you are on a really like dry slate and don't know what to draw and just sit there watching your blank canvas with your pen in your hand and you're just sitting there not knowing what to do, I do recommend doing that maybe once or twice, trying to. And maybe if they're like, you can pick your request, you don't have to be like the first person that says so. On DeviantArt, people usually post that they're taking requests, and then you just pick the one that they think seem the most interesting or the one that gives them inspiration. Some people do this. I don't, but some people do. And it might work for you. So now we're getting to the more complicated things that I'm gonna suggest. And so I've been watching a lot of videos about this, and a lot of really popular, really big, experienced artists usually say that you should draw a lot of smaller thumbnails and compositions of what you want to draw. So they draw like 5 or 10 small thumbnails, maybe even more, I don't know, like really sketchy little things, really small paintings. And they do this many times until they find one that they like. And when they pick that one, they draw it. And it usually gives them a lot of inspiration, and it also helps them plan ahead. It's also a good tip even if you have inspiration to draw something, but maybe you don't know exactly what kind of pose you want or what kind of composition you're looking for, what you want the characters to interact with, and how you want them to interact on that page. You can definitely do thumbnails. Also, definitely recommend it for comic writing. Do that, please. All the comic artists are like, yes, do thumbnails, and I agree. Another thing that is really popular in the more, how would I say, more advanced art industry, like not advanced, but more media, I would say. What we had to do, at least before projects during one of the courses I took in media, we had to do mood boards, and basically it's like you put a lot of things that gives you a feeling or a mood, kind of like, as an example, if you want to draw something that has to do with water, you put a lot of pictures in a nice little file together and make a mood board. Here are some examples of that, but you can go with other themes too, not just water. That was just an example, but yeah, so you get that mood kinda, and then when you look at that, you can maybe have it up if you have a second screen or in the corner. You can use something called a program called Pure Reference or PureRef that you can have like it locks it to the screen. I suggest watching tutorials on it because I kind of locked it on full screen on my computer and I was freaking out for like 2 hours. But you can use a program like that in the corner, so you can just have it as a reference or have it maybe, I don't know, on your phone or something, to get like that, I don't know, that feeling of what you want to draw. It can help you get some inspiration. Maybe you can even just Google mood boards and find one that is pre-made. You don't even have to make it yourself, and just look at it and maybe get a feeling of what you want to draw. Now, this is one of the things that I've done before, and I think many, especially younger artists, have done this before. Random generator websites, like you would Google just random generator for words or drawing or what to draw and stuff like that. I don't know if this works for everyone. To be honest, it hasn't worked for me yet in the drawing department, but in coming up with characters and OCs and personality traits, it has definitely helped me with designing characters. Not so much with getting inspiration to draw, but it might work for you, so I suggest go try it because it's free, you know? It's on the internet and it's easy. Just Google whatever. I might even leave a link down below. We'll see. But now we're getting to the last part, and this one is actually pretty self-explanatory. What I suggest is that you just doodle. Just draw whatever. Draw multiple small drawings, sketches, whatever, over and over, or whatever you want. Just doodle. Do whatever. And eventually, one of those doodles you want to make into a full piece of artwork. I do recommend just sitting there, drawing, doodling whatever you want, because one of those doodles you're gonna be like, oh, this one I want to make into a full piece of artwork. That usually happens to me, at least, so I do recommend doing that. Just doodle, draw whatever, and see where it goes from there. Hope it helped. Maybe I really suggest not just listening or watching the video and being like, yeah, okay, that's cool, and then move on. I do suggest actually trying these things, because one of them might help you. Please comment below if there's anything that was not on my list that might help you. See you down there.
What are you doing on computer? Go outside, so beautiful!